Regulation of glycolysis. The rate limiting or regulated steps of glycolysis are: 1. Phosphorylation of glucose, 2. Phosphorylation of fructose 6 phosphate, and 3. Formation of pyruvate. Similarly, rate limiting or regulated enzymes of glycolysis are: 1. Hexokinase or glucokinase, 2. Phosphofructokinase 1 or PFK1, and 3. Pyruvate kinase. Now, hexokinase or glucokinase. Hexokinase is inhibited by the reaction product glucose 6 phosphate, whereas glucokinase is not directly inhibited by glucose 6 phosphate and is indirectly inhibited by fructose 6 phosphate, which is in equilibrium with glucose 6 phosphate. Similarly, glucokinase is indirectly stimulated by glucose, which is the substrate for hexokinase or glucokinase. Mechanism of indirect regulation of glucokinase is: in the liver, a protein GKRP, that is glucokinase regulatory protein, regulates the activity of glucokinase. This protein binds reversibly to the enzyme. Now, in the presence of fructose 6 phosphate, glucokinase is translocated into the nucleus. Glucokinase in the nucleus binds tightly with the regulatory protein GKPR, and glucokinase is thus rendered inactive. Now, when the glucose levels in the blood increases, glucokinase is released from the protein GKPR. This glucokinase re-enters the cytosol, and in the cytosol, glucokinase phosphorylates glucose. So this diagram shows the indirect regulation of glucokinase by the protein GKRP. Now, normally GKRP binds reversibly with the enzyme glucokinase. When the blood glucose concentration increases, this glucokinase is freed from GKRP, comes to the cytosol, and catalyzes the phosphorylation of glucose. When the concentration of fructose 6 phosphate increases, this glucokinase is translocated into the nucleus, where it again binds with GKRP, and thus glucokinase becomes non-available for phosphorylating glucose to glucose 6 phosphate. So in this way, this glucokinase is said to be indirectly regulated by the concentration of fructose 6 phosphate and the concentration of glucose. Another regulatory enzyme of glycolysis is phosphofructokinase 1 or PFK1. It is regulated by regulation by energy levels within the cell and regulation by the concentration of fructose 2,6-bisphosphate. It is fructose 2,6-bisphosphate. Regulation by energy levels within the cell. Phosphofructokinase 1 or PFK1 is inhibited allosterically by elevated levels of ATP, which represents the energy-rich signal. Similarly, PFK1 is inhibited allosterically by the elevated levels of citrate, which is an intermediate of the TCA cycle. Likewise, PFK1 is activated allosterically by the high concentrations of adenosine monophosphate, AMP. AMP is a signal that the cell's energy stores are depleted. Regulation of PFK1 by fructose 2,6-bisphosphate. Fructose 2,6-bisphosphate is the most potent activator of PFK1, and it is able to activate the enzyme even when the ATP levels are high. This compound, that is fructose 2,6-bisphosphate, is formed in the presence of enzyme PFK2 in the liver. This reaction shows the formation of the product fructose 1,6-bisphosphate from fructose 6-phosphate in the presence of enzyme phosphofructokinase 1, and the regulatory regulatory compounds which regulate the enzyme PFK1 are also shown over here. ATP and citrate allosterically inhibit the enzyme PFK1, whereas AMP allosterically activates the enzyme, and similarly fructose 2,6-bisphosphate is a potent activator of this enzyme, and this fructose 2,6-bisphosphate activates PFK1 even in the presence of high levels of ATP. So it kind of overrides the inhibition of PFK1 by the ATP. Now PFK2, phosphofructokinase 2, is a bifunctional protein or enzyme with both kinase and phosphatase domains. In the liver, the kinase domain is active when dephosphorylated, that is when the phosphate group is removed from the enzyme, and it is inactive when phosphorylated, that is phosphate group is added to the enzyme as a part of covalent modification. Now talking about the well-fed stage, there is elevated level of insulin and decreased levels of glucagon in the blood. So as a result of this, there is dephosphorylation of the kinase domain of PFK2. So PFK2, as a result of the dephosphorylation of the kinase domain, becomes active. So when the kinase domain of PFK2 becomes active, it increases the fructose 2,6-bisphosphate level, and this fructose 2,6-bisphosphate level in turn increases the rate of glycolysis in the liver by increasing the activity of PFK1. Similarly, during starvation, there is elevated level of glucagon and decreased level of insulin in the blood. So as a result of this, there is phosphorylation of the kinase domain of PFK2, and thus this kinase domain of PFK2 becomes inactive. So as a result of inactivation of the kinase domain of PFK2, there is decrease in fructose 2,6-bisphosphate levels. So when fructose 2,6-bisphosphate level decreases, there is decrease in the overall rate of glycolysis in the liver. Finally, the enzyme pyruvate kinase is regulated by two mechanisms: feed-forward regulation and regulation by covalent modification. Feed-forward regulation. Pyruvate kinase is activated by fructose 1,6-bisphosphate in the liver. So when there is increased PFK1 activity, there is elevated levels of fructose 1,6-bisphosphate, which in turn causes the activation of pyruvate kinase. So with increased PFK1 activity, there is also an increased activity of the enzyme pyruvate kinase. So this is the feed-forward regulation. Similarly, regulation by covalent modification. Phosphorylation by cyclic AMP dependent protein kinase, that is pKa, inactivates the enzyme pyruvate kinase. When blood glucose levels are low, the glucagon increases. As a result of this, there is an increased intracellular levels of cyclic AMP. When cyclic AMP increases intracellularly, the protein kinases dependent on the cyclic AMP, that is pKa, are activated. As a result, the pyruvate kinase is phosphorylated and inhibited by pKa. So this diagram shows how glucagon causes the activation of protein kinase A and thus the phosphorylation and inactivation of pyruvate kinase. Glucagon, upon binding to its receptor on the cell membrane, also known as G protein coupled receptor, with some steps, after some steps, causes the activation of the enzyme adenylyl cyclase. So adenylyl cyclase catalyzes the cyclization of ATP to form cyclic AMP with the release of pyrophosphate. Now this cyclic AMP activates the cyclic AMP dependent protein kinase, that is protein kinase A, which becomes active over here. Now active protein kinase A catalyzes the transfer of phosphate group from ATP to the pyruvate kinase. So pyruvate kinase becomes phosphorylated. So when pyruvate kinase becomes phosphorylated, it becomes inactive. Originally, the dephosphorylated form of the pyruvate kinase was active, and when protein kinase A causes the phosphorylation of this enzyme, it becomes inactive. Similarly, dephosphorylation activates the enzyme pyruvate kinase. When the blood glucose levels are high, the insulin level of the blood increases. The action of insulin on the hepatocytes elicits a signal transduction cascade and results in activation of phosphoprotein phosphatase. So as a result of this, the pyruvate kinase is dephosphorylated and activated. So dephosphorylated form of pyruvate kinase is active, and the increased levels of insulin uh, after some signal transduction cascade steps causes dephosphorylation of protein kinase, and thus this enzyme becomes activated. Now there is another way of regulation of glycolysis, that is at the levels of genes. Now this can be described in two stages. One, consumption of meals rich in carbohydrate or administration of insulin. Second, fasting or when a person suffers from diabetes mellitus. Meals rich in carbohydrate or administration of insulin. There is increase in plasma insulin and decreased glucagon. Because of this, there is increase in gene transcription for regulatory enzyme of glycolysis. So as a result, there is increased synthesis of the enzymes glucokinase, PFK1 and pyruvate kinase. So this causes the increased overall rate of glycolysis. Similarly, during fasting or when a person suffers from diabetes mellitus, there is increase in plasma glucagon and decreased insulin. So this causes decrease in gene transcription for regulatory enzymes of glycolysis, and there is decreased synthesis of glucokinase, PFK1 and pyruvate kinase, as a result of which there is decreased overall rate of glycolysis.